Yeah, thank you very much, Prof, for that very comprehensive brief on the current status of the public broadcaster. I am quite familiar with GBC. I first walked through the gates of GBC in 1986 as a young intern. I was doing my postgraduate in communication studies at the University of Ghana, and I was brought here for internship. And so at the time when Gifty Afenyidazi and all of them, were the news editors and all that, this is where I cut my teeth on early journalism. And so, of course, GBC occupies a sensitive spot in my heart. Aside from that, I was the supervising minister for several years, first as deputy minister of communications, then as minister of communications. And so Akushika Akwe and all of them, are people that I'm very familiar with. And so, I mean, definitely, as president, the issue of public media has been occupying our attention, and Minister Ofosu-Kwakye has brought the issue of the state of the public media to cabinet a few times. And so that is what triggered my decision to pay a visit to see for myself, what the status is with the public media. And so we started with GBC. We're going to go to Graphic Corporation and the other public media institutions. But certainly, GBC has served Ghana well, and you yourself have described it in terms of the multiplicity of languages that it uses in its broadcast. It makes it able to reach every nook and cranny of this country in language that our people understand. And of course, the kind of content you carry is not content that brings advertising and money. You are talking to farmers about what kinds of seeds to use, when they should plant. I mean, it's not the kind of content that, people would necessarily throw their money at, like if it was beauty competitions and things like that. But somebody must do that, public education. And so we appreciate the work GBC does. And we believe that we must discuss a new funding model to see how we can make you better able to discharge the mandates that you have. You've mentioned several things, and we're waiting to receive your proposals. I believe that you have the capacity and the assets to be able to modernize GBC. I mean, you sit on prime property in this city, and I believe that we can leverage some of those assets to create a more modern digital GBC that is more fit for purpose than in the past. We are reviewing the Constitution. The Constitutional Review Committee presented their report to me, and it is my hope that Chapter 12, that has served us well since 1992, we look at it again and see how we can tweak it in order that, the media, the chapter on the media creates a better environment, especially for public media to be able to do its work. We'll continue to work with the National Media Commission in respect of the public media. And I think that in all these proposals, we'll bring the Media Commission on board so that all of us are on the same wavelength. There are few suggestions we have with regards to the so-called TV license. And I think that our thinking is going in the same direction to amend that law to make it a public media levy of some sort. And we're going to change the range of that levy so that it's better able to mobilize funding in order to be able to subsidize the work of the public media. And so when we are ready, it will be discussed in cabinet, but we'll discuss with you what our thinking is before we finally go to Parliament and amend the law. I'm sure that with some of the suggestions we've got, it will be able to raise the amount of funding that it brings in and make you better able to do your work. Your minister brought the issue of the legacy debts to us. And so what I've asked him to do is just to make sure that you keep up with the current bill. We're going to ring fence the legacy debt, and then we're bringing it to the attention of the Chief of Staff to find the funding to be able to defray the legacy debt so that it does not continue to be a charge on you. I'm happy you've started introducing solar. It will help to bring down your power factor and make you pay less so that you can use the extra money to do other things that are important to keep your organization afloat. With regards to the organogram, we'll wait to see what the suggestions are. And if you have an organogram in terms of management that is more than 60 years old, then I think that it's time to take a look at it. And so we'll be happy to see what your proposals are so that we can see what to do about it. And so with those few words, I just say I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you smiling. You've been under quite some pressure of late. But thank you very much. I know you guys are working under very trying conditions, but we want to appreciate you for what you've done. So I wish you a happy new year.